This is a Tesla coil kit I bought a long time ago off the internet, and I have two of these, and this one is different in that this little jack right here is not power. It is in fact an audio input, and if you play music through here, it's supposed to do the blue flame out of the top and all that stuff. You might tell from the tone of my voice it wasn't really successful. This was the power input, and this is like DC power input, so this is wall power. And yeah, so I have another one of these that works just perfectly, and the two differences I can see are that the coil on the other one's a little bit shorter, but I think the biggest difference is the primary. See, this primary is kind of halfway done. Yeah, it's just a coil wire, and they say wrap it around here once or twice and see how it works. And yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know if you can see. Let me zoom in here a little bit. You can see where it started burning through. So I think this is one of those times where we have an impedance mismatch. This is like a radio transmitter. In fact, it's a pretty good comparison of it. And it's supposed to transfer power from the primary to the secondary. It's just a transformer. But the other one, the one that works very well on the bottom, let's see if we can focus this a little better. It has printed in the circuit board just two turns of a wire, if you will. So it's just got two tracings that wrap around here, and that's how they do the primary. It's not this thing. And yeah, where this thing touches the secondary, it usually burns through or does weird stuff. So what I'm going to try to do today is basically move this coil to the bottom down here and see if we can make this thing actually work. And if not, maybe we'll do a destructive test on it. Okay, let's do that. I did what I told you I was going to do, and I put two turns around the bottom, and here's the evidence. This is hot glue, and did not work, not even a little bit. So as a last-ditch effort, I actually took the wire and I put two really tight turns around here. The instructions said put two loose turns around there, or two or three loose turns. And in fact, you can see it on the board right there, 2 to 3 turns. And I just did 2 turns tightly around the bottom and soldered it in place. And we shall see how it works. I cannot use this current camera. It does not like this when it comes on. In fact, I got to use my other camera and put it far away. So I hope it's the image is big enough to see on screen, but I have tested it, and I will say it's rather cool. Okay, with that, let's get to it. Okay, so let's fire this up and see what it's going to do for us. As you can see here, I got this LED. LED's too modern technology. Got this neon bulb, nothing's happening. So I'll reach over here and kick on the power supply. Check, make sure this is not doing anything weird to the camera. And they will start to turn up the voltage. It's now about 8 volts, and you can see the LED comes on. It's got its own little EMP cloud around it. I turned it back down to 7. Let's sneak up on this. Yeah, it's about high 7s, low 8s before it starts coming on. And let's see where we start getting the little blue flame. You may be saying, why don't you hook up some music to this and show us that? And it's like, no, not hooking any of my electronic devices up to here and let it fry them. There we go. Yep, you can see that. So that happens about 15 volts. The range of this thing is about like that, 15 to 24 is what it says. And you can see that the voltage is lower down here. The voltage goes up here. Whoa, that's not good. It's starting to arc through the coil. Did you see that? Yeah, oh, that's not good. Okay, I also don't want my hand near there. I have been bit by this before, and it is unpleasant. Okay, so let's get it up to about 20 volts. There we go. And you can see that. When I bring the neon bulb nearby, it drops the voltage quite a bit. And then it spikes when I touch it. So, can you see that? That is cool. It makes that little path. And needless to say, these are very dangerous. Even this small Tesla coil is producing enough voltage to cause serious death. So they're not to be trifled with. I think the problem with it was that the impedance matching, this is like a radio transmitter, in fact it is a radio transmitter, is the impedance from the, impedance matching I should say, from the primary to the secondary. It was just poor the way they had originally designed it. I don't think this is optimal what's going on here, but at least I've got it in a working mode. And yeah, actually I could watch that all day, that little spiral, whatever path it forms when you go doing like that. Anyway, again, we got this thing working. It's got its own little EMP cloud around it. Let's see where it comes on. Oh, yeah, that's too far away. And bring it towards the camera. So it's somewhere in the range of about, what is that, 7.5 centimeters, 3 inches, something like that. The neon bulb comes on. So yeah, and my cameras really don't like this. So this camera is about 1.5 feet away. What's that, about 0.5 meter away? And yeah, it's still not real happy with it. But anyway, just a repair on one of these, well, actually a fix on one of these Tesla coils that you buy and it just doesn't work. Okay, well, I hope you found that amusing or maybe interesting and maybe useful if you've got one of these things and need to repair it.